Today we're diving into every episode from part 1 of the new Gumball spin-off, The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. I'll be breaking down the episode briefly and give my thoughts. So if you're a Gumball fan or just curious about the spin-off, stick around. And hey, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. First up, we've got the burger. This first episode honestly feels like Gumball never left. They've still got it. Gumball and Darwin want to find a healthy dinner option for their family because they are hooked on Joyful Burger, but an evil food consortium has monopolized the food industry. I like seeing a bunch of different locations, and the animation was great, but the episode felt a bit short and empty. Then again, it's the first one after 7 years, so that's kind of expected. Also, we all thought that 7 years late to school would lead to something, but it didn't. 6.5 out of 10. Next up is the assistant. Feeling unappreciated by her family, Nicole strikes up a friendship with a sympathetic AI assistant. As their relationship intensifies, the AI assistant tries to drive a wedge between Nicole and the other Wattersons. It's the first episode to feature the whole family, which was great. Still getting used to Gumball and Anai's new voices though. The CG looks great in the virtual reality space, and I like how it taps into the whole AI topic. Very current. The episode felt a bit short again, but maybe that's just me getting back into the rhythm after not watching Gumball for a while. Solid 7 out of 10. Next up is The Distance. Gumball must find a way to save his relationship with Darwin after the boys are forced to live in separate rooms. Weird and freaky way to kick off an episode, honestly. Gumball and Darwin definitely need their own space for everyone's safety. Nice seeing Banana Joe and Tobias again, but yeah, this one felt a little short too. 7.5 out of 10. Next up is The Thing. Richard must retrace the memories of his day in order to figure out what the thing is, so Nicole's family dinner with Granny Jojo won't be another epic failure. This is one of the better episodes of the show. Richard, being Richard, has to retrace his steps of the day by eating food, and in the end somehow taps into this realm of his past memories in order to do so. Great animation and visuals, and it was cool seeing the Snapchat filters making a cameo. They've been referencing memes and iconic moments from the past few years. 8 out of 10. Next up is the butts. Gumball must help Principal Brown have body confidence about his butt in order to be allowed to do his poem about butts at the poetry recital. This one was interesting, to say the least. The rap at the end definitely caught me off guard, even though I probably should have seen it coming. Also, that creepy potato guy with all the limbs, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up as a future villain. 6.5 out of 10. Next up is the traffic. The Wattersons must get Aeneas to Daisyland before the park closes for good. Solid episode overall. The trip to Daisyland was chaotic in true Watterson fashion. From the traffic to Richard literally turning the car into a boat. Gave me flashbacks to that Ben 10 episode where Gray Matter failed to fix the rust bucket. I did feel bad for Anais, but at least she got to do everything she wanted on the way there. Solid 7 out of 10. Next up, we got the Astrological. Gumball and Penny must stay together through the end of the school day to prove that they are meant to be together, despite an astrological prediction Mr. Small has made. A bit of a funny episode where this pink glowing rock causes a heightened romantic state in the brain. Weird stuff in the episode as usual, and the realm of Cosmos had great visuals. 7 out of 10. Next up is the cheerleader. Gumball wants to get Richard on the cheerleading team in order to end their family's generational trauma. It was actually cool seeing more of Richard's side of the family. Finally, some context to his behavior. The animation was on point, the pacing felt solid, and the episode didn't feel as empty as a few of the earlier ones. Lots of characters, solid moments. 7.5 out of 10. Next up is The Boring. Gumball and Darwin use Molly's time-halting power, because she's so boring, to avoid an after-school beatdown by Tina. In this episode, Gumball and Darwin are unaware of their surroundings, which lands them in trouble with Tina. To deal with it, they use Molly's time-stopping powers. The animation and visuals are excellent, and the pacing is solid, though the episode does feel a bit short. A ton of characters appear throughout, and I found it hilarious that Molly ends up getting bored of Gumball and decides to kung fu him. How ironic. 8.5 out of 10. Next up is the teacher. Gumball wants to take down Miss Simeon after she punishes him for not respecting his school-provided calculator. But that's not all. After trying to retrieve his phone, Gumball gets kidnapped by Miss Simeon and is forced to join her for the day. Plenty of action and a nice message at the end. Towards the end, we get a cool scene where the police, fully geared up, destroy all the tech in an attempt to capture Sal Left Thumb, the criminal. It was funny. 7 out of 10. Next up is the app. Gumball and Darwin must stop an evil social media app from turning every kid in Elmore into a mindless internet trend-following drone. I really enjoyed this one. It's a bit odd that Gumball and Darwin are getting new phones when we've seen them with phones in the distance. Though Gumball did lose his phone last episode, so maybe it checks out. I like the plot, especially the brown hobo and his attempt to correct his past. We even got a mini zombie apocalypse and a fun action scene. Great visuals, very eventful, 8.5 out of 10. Next, we got the entrance. Gumball and Darwin attempt to make a big impression at the coolest party of the year with the most praiseworthy entrance the world has ever seen. Tobias invites everybody to a party, and Gumball and Darwin plan to everyone until they realize nobody likes Tobias and aren't coming. So they accidentally gift every kid in Elmore with this cologne, turning them into party animals. Everyone ends up in jail, but at least they got their Very good episode with good pacing and lots of characters. Towards the end, the art style changes and everyone transforms into monsters and demons. Very fun episode, 8.5 out of 10. By the way, when did Tobias start living in a mansion? Next up is The Letter. Darwin wants to get back a love letter he wrote to Carrie before she sees it. Great visuals, pacing, and animation. Possessed Gumball returns twice, and the scene composition is really strong. The ending caught me off guard though, 6.5 out of 10. Next up is The Gut. When Anais enlists her dad's help with her science project, Richard's gut becomes its own brilliant thinking entity, separate from the original Richard we all know, and Anais must choose between the two. This was a fun episode with good pacing. Even though it mostly takes place at home, it didn't feel empty. Gut Dad gave off a cool, creepy monster vibe, and it was nice having another episode focused on Richard and Anais. 7 out of 10. Next up is The Wrinkle. Anais starts aging prematurely due to the stress and pressure of looking out for the rest of her stupid family. Another Anais-focused episode with great visuals and animation. Every character gets a moment, and Darwin cutifying everyone at the mansion was funny. Anais' plan fails, but it ends with a song and a notebook-style drawing. 8.5 out of 10. Next up is The Gourmet. After laying eyes upon Masami's gourmet double truffle mac and cheese at lunch, Gumball decides to do whatever it takes to get a full serving of the delicious meal. Gumball joins the Yoshidas to experience the gourmet lifestyle and has to complete trials set by Yuki Yoshida. We nearly get another anime fight scene with Nicole and Yuki twice in the episode. Great visuals, animation, and pacing. I really enjoyed diving into the Yoshida's world. The episode felt like a breath of fresh air. 8 out of 10. Next up is The Pool. In the midst of a heat wave, Richard enlists Gumball and Darwin to assist him in his mission to jump in the Robinsons' newly installed above-ground pool. Pretty standard Gumball episode. No crazy visuals or animation, except when the electronics in the Robinsons' house go wild. Nothing standout. 6.5 out of 10. Next up, we've got The Portrait. Nicole wants a new family portrait where everyone's entire face is in the photo and they're all smiling. Things get out of hand when every member of the Wattersons starts joining the photo. Pretty standard episode, but with a good amount of characters. Nice to see both sides of the Wattersons in one place interacting. Even though it takes place in one location, it didn't feel empty. Frankie's supposed to be in jail, but I swear we see him in The Teacher. 7 out of 10. Next up, we got The Climb. Gumball must face his demons and overcome an embarrassing incident from his past if he wants to finally summit the dreaded rock climbing wall in gym class. Pretty good episode. We get a nice scene with the pants, and in the end, Gumball conquers his fear by taking the metaphor literally. Good visuals and animation. 7.5 out of 10. And finally, part 1 of the series ends with the Amadane. Gumball vows to wear a shell and partake in the strange Fitzgerald traditions in order to help Penny get through a tense family birthday party with ease. Penny tricks Gumball into joining her family for Penny's grandma's 80th, so they wear shells to get through the party. Little does he know it's a sort of test. We see Gumball have a reasonable crash out in the end, but all is well when they do karaoke. We get to see Penny's family out of their shells, which gave us really good designs and visuals. Pretty good episode. It was eventful and nice to get a change of characters and location. 8.5 out of 10. And that's the end of my review for part 1 of the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. Here are the final ratings. But what do you think? Were my reviews fair or too harsh? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.